Hey guys, it's Coach Kanini here from P3 and welcome to our first of 3 videos on rehab, prehab and activation. So we have our little P3 mini packs that we have available for you to purchase through our website. It comes with 3 essentials. These essentials are your trigger ball for your release, your mini booty band for your activation. It's pink, very cool. And we have our big resistance band, and that's going to be for your strength exercises. We're going to make a video in each segment, okay, and give it out to you one by one. Now today's video is going to be on the trigger release and utilizing the trigger ball here, okay? There are 4 positions or 4 points of trigger release that we're going to work on. The first one is going to be under the feet. The second one is going to be the calves. The third one is going to be the glutes, and the last one is going to be up in the hip flexor, okay? I want you to follow along. I'm gonna take you through all the steps. First things first, I'm gonna open up my ball, okay? Put that in the bin. Now, with the ball, what we're gonna do is we're gonna place the ball underneath the foot. Now, you can just do this like I am from a kneeling position, and you're going to just roll the ball softly through the arch of the foot. I don't want you to put too much downward pressure on it. Okay, it's not about putting all your body weight through the ball. We build up a lot of tension within the feet, especially now that we're playing on synthetic pitches quite often. There's a lot of load that goes through the feet and the calf. Excuse my voice today. I was coaching and yelling yesterday on the pitch because I'm currently injured, and so my voice is a little bit croaky. Now, what you want to make sure, you want to roll towards the heel. Give a little bit of manipulation to the heel, as you can see, left and right, and then rolling back through the arch, okay, everybody? And that is going to be how you roll out your feet. Just spend a minute on each foot, okay, everybody? All right, the second position we're going to do is through the calves. You're just going to sit down on your bottom, and you're going to place the ball onto the calf. All I want to see you do, you don't need to lift your body up. You're just going to sort of manipulate back, forward, around and around. Once again, the calves, they take a lot of load with your sprinting, your jumping, and again, with artificial pitches, these lower limbs are going to be copying it. So we really need to focus on some fascia release, backwards and forwards, side to side. You work your way all the way down to your Achilles, okay? And you just keep moving that ball, left, right, back, forward, left, right, back, forward. Then you bring it all the way up to the gastroc and the soleus, and again, you're going to move left, right, a little bit of back and forward, okay? And that is how you're going to release your calves. We've done the foot, we've done the calf, now it's time for the bum. You're going to place the ball in the butt cheek. We're just going to work one cheek at a time. You're going to bend the opposite knee, okay? So the ball is on my left, bend the opposite knee to this position, and we're just going to roll in circles, clockwise, anti-clockwise, up and down, side to side, okay? But we're going to focus on one cheek at a time. Again, spending about a minute here, just trying to release any knots that you feel that you get after a game, okay? This is great post-game, this is great pre-game. I highly recommend, especially now that we're in the winter time, we've got so much sport that we're playing. We're playing school sport, we're playing club sport, okay? And we're playing about 7 or 8 times a week. This stuff is crucial, okay? This has to be the bee's knees for young youth footballers to not get injured, not get those stress fractures, not get those ankle sprains and everything else that you know you have a mate or somebody, or you've had it happen to you where you've gotten an injury, okay? Just from sheer overload, and that's all it is. It's not because your muscles can't take it, it's that there's an overload and there's not enough recovery and prehab in your program, okay? So that is gonna be your glutes. Like I said, the last one we need to do is we're gonna lay down on our stomach. So you're gonna need to sort of follow me here. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn around, okay? Now, with your hip and your pelvis, you got your pelvis bone there. Usually sits on a bit of a 30 to 45 degree angle. Everyone's a little bit different, but this is probably a good rule of thumb, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna place the ball underneath the hip. We're gonna lay down on our tummy, and we're just gonna sort of shift our weight left and right so the ball can wiggle across your TFL, your rec fem, and your hip flexor. Okay, if you look at a muscle chart, you'll see all those quadriceps and hip muscles. It all comes into this attachment point on the pelvis. And again, we need to release it, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down on our back, on our stomach, sorry. We're gonna place the ball in through here. I'm gonna lay down with my head and I'm just gonna wiggle left, right, backwards and forwards. When I find a tender spot, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna make sure I can sink my hip down into it. Again, you've got to do this with whatever you can tolerate from a pain, pressure perspective, okay? If you're a bit of a wuss like me, you may find that you can only put a little bit of pressure into the ball, but that's okay because any pressure is going to give some sort of release. And you're just going to wiggle left, right, up and back. And then again, when you find a knot, sit there and push it down. All right, everybody? That is all you need to release your lower half for the trigger point, okay? And all you need is a little trigger ball. It's great because it fits in a little bag. It can fit in, it's bigger, it's smaller than a foam roller. You can do foam rolling for this, but I recommend the trigger ball gets right in there, okay? What's great about the trigger ball is that if you think about the corner of two walls and you're trying to get the vacuum in there, but you always miss that last triangle, getting the head off the vacuum and getting it right into the corner, that is why the trigger ball is valuable. It gets right into those little nooks that you find are usually where the knots meet up, okay? That is section 1, the trigger ball release, the feet, the calves, the glutes, the hips. Make sure you do it.